everyone, it's Heather or Miss Tittus if you're one of my students coming over from Google Classroom. Today we are going to be learning how to create a simple garden. So we're going to go over creating grass and a couple different simple flower designs that you guys can use, and maybe a couple animals too. Okay, when I'm creating a drawing, I like to start with pencil first and then go in with crayon, marker, or colored pencils, whatever I'm going to be coloring it with. Today I will be using crayon. And I just want to start thinking about where everything's going to be. When you're creating a landscape or a picture of land, you want your horizon line or a horizontal line where the ground meets the sky a little higher on the paper. So our ground is not down here, it's up here. Think about when you look out in the distance, you still see a bit of ground before. Now that I have my horizon line, every plant that I create is going to start underneath the horizon line or the ground line and kind of end above it. So I like to do some trees. To create my trees, I'm going to do a line that starts out and comes up. So it starts wider and then gets a little skinnier and then can branch out again. And it's okay for our tree to go off the edge of the paper. We don't have to see the whole thing because we still have to make all of our flowers too. We want to see the details on those. So I'm going to create like a Y shape for this, and then I'm going to do a puffy cloud shape for the top. And again, like I said, it's okay if you run into the edge of the paper. And I like to do a couple of bumps, just showing some texture, or that it's not a flat thing, that it's bumpy. Then I can erase this line right here, or I can color over it. I also want to create some flowers. So one flower that I'm going to make is a tulip. So again, starting out with a stem and having two lines, not just one line. And I'm going to do the letter U on top of that stem. And I'm going to go from the tip and curve down towards the bottom. And on this side, I'm going to close it. So now we got a simple tulip. Or instead of closing it, I'll show you on another one. Draw the stem, make it a little skinnier. The U, the curve, and then I curve down a little bit on that side. So either way will work. And then you can create your leaf shape. So curving a line out and then connecting it back to the stem. And that can kind of come with practice. Another flower shape that we can create, again using two lines for our stem, make it a little taller. Do a circle a little bit higher than the stem, so we're leaving a little bit of space. And we're going to do simple petals that are nice and round that go out from the circle. You could do 4, 5, or just kind of space them as evenly as you can. And again, adding on our leaf. So my flowers are kind of big. Not all flowers are like that, but with our garden we can create it however we want. We can exaggerate some things or make them a little bit larger than life. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that one again. Do a little bit lower this time. So the stem, the circle a little higher than the stem, so it's not touching. And I'm going to do my round petals. So it's almost like I'm doing U's, except for when I close it, these two lines are kind of closer together than on the bottom. So it's like getting smaller as I get closer to the circle. Another variation of this is making the petals pointed. So again, doing the same steps. Forgot the leaf on this one. The circle a little bit higher than the stem. And this time I'm just going to go to a point like I did with my leaves. When you're creating your garden, remember, you can use any type of flower. You don't have to use all of these flowers. You can come up with more flowers. It's all up to you. I like to put this line in the middle of the stem. And I think we'll do 1 or 2 more flowers to fill in this space. Maybe I'll do a couple more tulips. Put a line right here. And I like to not put all my flowers at the same level. I have some higher, some lower. That way it looks like a nice full garden. And maybe I can add a bush. And just again doing that simple cloud shape like I did with the top of the tree. Could do a bush in the background or in the back. Okay, once you have all your flowers or your plants sketched out, then you can create some animals. So how about we do a little bird that's standing on the ground? To do this, I'm going to start with a circle for the head. I'm gonna do a line, like a tail almost, coming from the head back. And then I'm gonna do like a smiley face line, a curved line, a triangle for the tail, a triangle for the beak, and a line for the mouth, a little eye, little feet, so 2 sticks and then 3 little lines. And I can just do a curved line to show where its wing is. Another animal or bug that you can add is a butterfly. So far I have started with a line for the middle of the butterfly, and then I'm going to do 2 bumps to the side for the wings, and I'm going to do the same on the other side to make it symmetrical, or the same on both sides. And I did leave a little bit of the line out, but I'm just going to make that longer and add another antenna. And then I can add either polka dots or stripes to my butterfly. So just make sure that when you're coloring, after you've done all your lines, that you are coloring in neatly and that you're going side to side and not scribbling. I'm going to show you guys on the tree. So I like to go back and forth until I fill that whole area, and then I can move down and keep going back and forth and making sure that I don't leave any white spaces, that it's nice and filled in. To create my grass, I can use a couple different shades of green, or I could use like yellow and green, where I can do like a nice base coat, base coat of yellow, and then with my green, let me do that a little better. So going side to side again, and then with my green going in and adding texture and adding the individual pieces of grass. And to do this, I like to go up and then right back down and kind of create almost like a little leaf shape. I'm gonna kick it into time-lapse mode so you guys can see my whole coloring process. Okay guys, that is the finished garden. Okay, I included different types of flowers, butterfly, bird, tree, bush, all that different kinds of stuff. When you create your own garden, you can use your own types of flowers, or you can use a combination of the ones I used. Try to make it unique to you, and try to change anything you can to make it something that you like. You could add different animals, you could add rocks. Just think about what else could you find in a garden. Alright, I hope you guys had a good time. If you have any ideas for future art videos or art content, make sure you comment those below. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.